Wow. So, tell me a little bit more. Like, what do you do during the day, during the week? Do you do music for life? Is that all what you do, or?
No, actually, I have a day job, right? Me and my business partner, we started a marketing agency about 3.5 years ago. Raised marketing and started with apps and websites, and then started with very simple websites, and it just started growing and moving deeper and deeper into marketing and helping businesses just get their message out. So in the day, I'm in my office in front of my computer and grinding away whatever needs to be done, and at night I am in my home studio or at Eddie's studio, and I'm just making music.
Wow. So, like, you're pretty much like a bivocational artist. Is that something?
That's a word I've never heard.
No.
Bivocational?
Hey, bivocational. It means like you do two different things,
True.
two vocations. Like you're
Yeah.
marketing. That's what you work in, but then you are an artist itself too. Like you write songs, you have music up on all platforms, you have music videos, etc. So,
Yeah, all of that.
I mean, you're
But I've
taking it
never
very
actually
serious.
I've you could say that, and I do take it serious, but it was something that I never actually thought of myself
Hmm.
as an artist, creator type like that. It was more so I did music just as a hobby. Um, and I love music, right? I love the interpretation of music, and being able to create something that I interpret to be appealing, actually, helps out. But I never actually consider myself an artist. So I don't know
But
how you
even
want to call
so,
it
you
that.
have several songs up there. You're gonna have an album dropping right now. Like when is it gonna drop
Yeah,
again?
we have an album coming out December 20th.
December 20th.
Yes. So
And you don't
this
consider yourself an artist.
I do now. I guess yes, I do, because it was created out of nothing, right? It was just ideas and thoughts in my head, just laid out in like its most basic form through either a guitar or piano, and then built on top of, with different ideas and sounds that'll then eventually culminated into this 10-song project. Uh,
So okay, so I just find it interesting. What is for you to be an artist then?
I think that's what it is. An artist that creates something out of nothing. An artist is someone that creates something out of nothing, out of their own thoughts and ideas. Whether that's painting, um, acting,
Right,
and then transferring that energy from you to someone else.
right.
So,
But even so, like in okay, yeah, in that form sense, an artist, you're right. It's kind of like a creator, but at
and
the
then the
same time,
transfer of energy from you to somebody else, because
right.
it means I think you're an artist when someone else considers you that, right? You're
I see,
transferring.
yeah.
Otherwise, you're just some guy who just made something.
But then it was interesting because you said like you don't consider yourself an artist. So what was that picture of an artist that you would say, "Oh, I don't consider myself that kind of artist or that kind of
Yeah,
person."
I
What
had
is
to.
that? How would that look like? Look
That
that.
to me, for me, an idea of an artist was somebody that had like this big following that people liked, people loved. Um, yeah, I guess my idea of an artist was somebody that's just bigger than what they actually are.
Like what we just see on
On
kind of like on
TV,
TV, like
right?
the
We see on
famous, the
TV the
stars.
famous stars. Yeah, so for a while that's what I thought, but in reality, like it's it's just that. If you create something, if you make a song and someone likes it, I think you're an artist. Whether that's one person or 100 or 1,000 or a million, whatever it
All
is.
right, yeah, that's a great concept. It's good to be aware because we are so influenced nowadays of what an artist should be, have followers or have a lot of money or I don't know whatever numbers.
Yeah.
Um, but I agree the real concept, the raw concept of an artist is a creator, someone that can create and communicate through that
Hmm.
and people will receive that communication and
Exactly.
express something out of that, even
Yeah.
if it's one person or if it's thousands and millions of
Yeah.
people.
I mean, if you get to the millions, and
Right.
then now you're a professional.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That would be like interesting. The difference is to be a professional artist, and um,
An amateur.
amateur.
Yeah. I don't
Would
know.
you
I mean,
call it amateur? Do you consider yourself an amateur in that
well,
sense?
I do consider myself an amateur because the concept of a professional that I learned was when I wanted to be a professional soccer player.
Hmm.
And that was, it's there's a quote somewhere that says professionals no, amateurs play, professionals get paid.
Hmm.
So the only difference between a professional and amateur is the professional person gets paid.
That you can live out of that.
You can live off of, right? Even if you're making, whatever, you're a living wage,
Yeah.
but you're getting paid to do what you love, then you're a professional.
Yeah.
I think, before that, I think you're still working towards that, if that's what you want.
Yeah.
Some people don't
Yeah.
want that.
And I think that makes sense. It's just that many times when you consider amateur, it's almost like there's lack of value towards that. It's like
Very
you're
true.
like, oh, you're an amateur, so you're not there yet. You're not good enough. And I think we need to just
And
make that differentiation
yeah,
of that being amateur and what we're talking about does not mean you're not
good enough.
good enough or
Yeah,
capable
definitely. Because
to.
there are really great singers that are not famous.
Right.
There are really great guitarists that are not worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
And it has nothing to do with your skill. I think it just comes down to that. You're just maybe not getting paid. You're not signed by a label or whatever it is. Somebody gives you $10 on the street for playing music. You're a professional.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, yeah. um, so let's talk a little bit more about what you have gone through in this process of creating, from having a song to produce it and then having videos. How many videos do you have now already?
5 videos,
Five
five
music
music videos
videos
from an amateur.
from an
Doesn't
amateur.
consider themselves an artist. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's like it's so cool. Like how did you get there? Like.
I I've always been I've always thought that you can do it because you don't need permission anymore. Like
Oh, that's good. Permission from whom?
from the label, from your mom, from your dad, from your friends, like the internet, even the playing field. And that's why, labels are. Can I cuss? No?
No.
Maybe? All right, no. The labels are freaking out because they no longer have a foothold or their hand in what somebody does, right?
Yeah.
So the internet leveled everything out, and I thought, well, I come from the marketing world where you build something from scratch for a business to be able to get their message across, whatever it is, whatever service. You need sales to go talk to the people, and you need marketing to go bring the people. So I thought about it in that sense, where I have access to all the steps between the creating the song, which I did in my room, to getting it on Spotify or Apple Music and having other people listen to it and then share it. Like there's a whole strategy behind all that stuff, but there's no gatekeeper. There's
Right.
nobody saying, "Hold it right there. You can't go past this point because you need so and so's permission."
Right. Yeah, the cost of producing has gone way lower compared to what it was in the past. Though that can affect the quality of it in certain areas. But I totally agree. It has just opened up the gates for everyone to walk in,
Yeah.
kind of, and share this world of music, of creativity, etc. But what this creates too is more amateurs artists than
100%.
professionals, right? If we call it
Yeah.
that way.
Right.
So even so, even if you consider yourself an amateur artist in this sense, you have still this drive and this
Yeah.
possibility to go all the
Right.
way out to have music
So
videos.
I guess there's the second part, right? You can be an amateur but act like a professional, right?
All right.
So when once the songs were done and we started thinking of, you know, actually getting these things, because I was mixing and mastering, and then they weren't good. I don't know a lot about mixing and mastering. I just know what I learned from YouTube or something like that. But when it came down to the marketing side and creating like video content, then I treated it as like a professional. We got to get a team. We got to get people involved. You can't just do it all yourself. So it's okay to be an amateur, but act like a professional and try to do it in every stage. You know, you're not always gonna get these ideas that pop into your head and all of a sudden, boom, there's a hit.
Right.
Sometimes you got to just force yourself to sit down, be a professional, and just lay something down.
Yeah.
Start with one idea. Then, once we moved into the video, it was, how do we find the people? Where do I find the people that are skillful enough to be able to accomplish the ideas that me and Eddie have for this video?
Right. So you went out to your community. You reached out to the people around you to like, hey, this is the idea, and people jumped in, and together you have created all this, what you have so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was able to. Luckily, I've been able to meet a lot of talented people, skillful in a lot of things that I'm not,
Right.
I'm not good at, and being able to communicate the idea behind the song and what the video is supposed to entail, and then, luckily they liked it, they were on board, and we went ahead with it.
So, which one is your highest viewed video?
Our highest viewed video is our second video, The Space Between.
Space Between.
Mm-hmm.
And which one is your lowest?
Uh,
Ooh, these are
That's
like
our lowest.
questions that you don't want to answer.
Well, I think our lowest is the first one, because it was literally just set up a camera, pointed at a wall, and us just performing the song. So I think that was the lowest, because after that, that's when we started ramping up like the promotion part, the marketing.
Yeah. And which one is your preferred one? Which one do you like the most?
The most is hard, because we've put a lot of thought into.
Okay, so perhaps the question would be more, which one is the one that you enjoyed the most in making? Or was
It was The Space Between, because
Space
that one
Between.
required a lot of planning and coordination with different people, and that one was shot over different days. Whereas the other ones, I think all the other ones were shot in the same day.
Can we check it out?
Yeah.
So yeah, as you can see, that was a prepared question. We had the computer right here. It's those things that
You
you
gotta be ready
do
for
in
it.
these
I wasn't ready.
media forms.
Yeah, so we go on YouTube, we go to my channel.
So you have like a YouTube channel. You have the whole thing. Like you went as pro as you can be. In
Yes,
that sense.
I didn't make, because I'm still doing everything as a solo artist.
Mm-hmm.
So I chose to do it on my personal YouTube.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah.
Instead of making a separate YouTube channel and separate everything for this. I decided to go, personal. Use everything personal. Here we go.
I see. And why is that? It's just because.
Because I already have people on those social
I see,
media
it's-
platforms that I already,
To reach out to the people that you have already
Yeah,
as followers.
yeah. You only create, I think, a separate one if it's a totally separate entity than you. If it's a band, if it's a side project that's, you're working with somebody else, that's
It's a good strategy.
only, yeah, it's a different strategy for sure. But I chose to go personal just because all these are personal
Right.
songs, personal.
And it's under your name, like the artist name. It's you.
Yeah, exactly.
sense.
I try to get my
Not Jose.
domain name, rafaeljimenez.com, but
Yeah.
I couldn't get it.
Well, perhaps you can go to Jose Jimenez.
Not going to happen.
Jose Rafael Jimenez.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Let's check it out.
In the vastness of my mind, there's an edge that I can't find. Where the fuck are you?
So, which beach is that at?
I've searched the
Can't remember the name. It's Leo Carrillo,
Oh, yeah.
past Malibu. It's far. It was a drive to get there, but you see this structure right here?
Yeah.
We went to scope out the location first, and that wasn't there before. The day we chose to go finally shoot these beach scenes, there was this like hut, like really well built hut, and we're like, well, you know,
perfect.
what a crazy coincidence that this is here right now.
Wow.
So that was really cool.
Okay, so why the painted faces? That makes like no sense in certain ways.
It doesn't make sense to a lot of people until I explain it, you know, what it actually means. So in the beginning, you see him go into this meditation state, and then it cuts to the beach, right? So that's supposed to represent his mind. In the vastness of my mind, boom, beach, right? There's no end. There's a horizon line, but beyond that, there's even more. And then below that, you know, you can't tell how deep it goes. This was more the lower side of the dark side of your mind, right? And so we went from light to dark. And as far as the painted faces goes, I don't know, you can interpret that however you want. Some people have interpreted it as these dark thoughts or these little things in your head, or it could be you know, your opposite you, your creepy you,
Your dark side.
your dark side.
Yeah, it's interesting.
So this was a totally different beach with different people.
Oh, no way.
It's
hard to tell.
It was very cloudy that day.
Yeah, it was well done though. Like, because you edited it, you put like some filters, seems like, or something that makes it look, a different place, a different experience.
For
like,
sure.
I mean, a different scenario in your mind, right?
Right.
Because he's remembering something there.
Yeah, those were people struggling, you know, or as the lyric goes, unraveling. So we were just trying to figure out what that looks like. You know, anger, fighting, lost, or just, you know, whatever emotion came to their mind. They mostly improv'd it, which was really cool.
And did you paid them or something?
We paid them in food.
All right. Right.
If you're gonna have people come work with you, if you can't pay them monetarily, you pay them in food.
All right.
So that's one thing I learned in that realm.
You know, there's a say in Chile. Perhaps you say it in Mexico too. I don't know, but it's guatita llena, corazón contento, which pretty means if you have a full stomach, your heart is gonna be happy.
Yes, I think so.
So it's a good strategy.
Pizza never made anybody
never
sad.
fails.
Pizza never fails.
Except for those lactose-free people.
Oh, that sucks.
Sorry about
yeah.
them.
Sorry about you lactose intolerant people.
Yeah.
Can't enjoy pizza.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Wait, in this part, what is this? It was just a musical, like instrumental plays.
Yeah, so
What do you want to represent there?
I don't know. Actually, I didn't mean for it to represent anything, because when I made the instrumental track, this what you saw on top of that was just recorded stuff while we were preparing to record.
Hmm.
It was just kind of like behind the scenes, just acting. But it fit well.
Right.
And sometimes it just works like that. Like I've edited videos where a scene just comes about, out of nowhere, and it just all fits perfectly with the cuts and
Right.
kind of like some of the songs that
Yeah.
come about.
Just the feel
Yeah.
worked.
So it just worked out that way. That one wasn't planned.
Yeah.
The whole video was planned. That last part wasn't.
I'm thinking great work, man. It's really, really well done, and which is so encouraging. Like, I mean, for you that is listening or watching, that feels like, oh, I'm in that realm of bivocational artist.
Yeah.
And seeing that it is possible to do something like this. You have your music video. You just need to keep showing your artist through it, find community around it, and yeah, just try to do it. Even on your phones, just stay creative.
Yeah.
I think that's the beauty of this new era of music, is
100%.
that there's this freedom that you can do it, and people actually will watch it.
100%. And I this one artist blew me away recently. A singer, actually. I sent him a song. It was a fully done song, structured. I just asked him to come up with a melody, hook, and he sent back something that I thought he had done in a studio.
Wow.
And he's like, hey man, let me know when you want to record this on an actual mic, because I just did this with my phone.
What?
And I was like, wait. It sounds like you were in a studio with, one of these
Uh-huh.
$3,000 mics, not just the vocal, but with background vocals. Like there was 3 or 4 different vocal
Wow.
layers,
Oh, wow.
and he sent back within about a day.
Yeah.
And he did it all with his phone. So that there's no excuse anymore.
Yeah.
Like I said, you don't need permission
Exactly.
to go make music, make art, or even make a music video, which I've learned costs a lot.
Yeah, it does cost a lot, and we get it. Like, the cost is involved with all the high equipment, the technology that we use, and stuff like that. But still, you can start somewhere,
Yes.
and don't seek, because that's the other thing that I've realized nowadays, that people have a certain expectation of a quality that you're looking for.
Right.
Right, like, oh, a visual, but I mean, even with your phones, you have such a high quality that you
Yeah.
don't need to have these huge cameras. For sure, bigger cameras or like better, higher technology in them can
Helps.
create a different picture. For sure, it helps.
Right.
But I think it will never really improve your artistry in itself.
Exactly.
So, like, you need to just have it yourself. Like, I mean, you need to explore your own artist.
Yeah, and I think you hit the
Or art.
nail right on the head, is just start. Start with your phone. I started recording videos just with the phone. Like, there was just, when people couldn't tell the difference whether it was shot on a phone or like a high quality Sony camera,
Right.
because most people are looking at videos on their phone.
Right.
So it doesn't need to be super high quality.
Exactly, yeah.
You're not looking at it at a theater.
Right.
So I think, yeah, just starting wherever you're at with
Yeah.
whatever you have.
Yeah.
If the idea is good enough and people latch onto it, then later on you can improve the quality. But it's important to just begin.
Yeah. And to not expect, don't begin, or don't do it to get a certain amount of views or clicks or plays. I believe that can happen in a week, or it can happen in years down the road. That your music will be perhaps appreciated in like more mainstream, but nowadays that is not even important anymore. You just need to find your group, your niche of people that will actually say, oh, I agree with your art, I like your art, and it's totally fine.
Yeah.
stay with that group, and that's the people that
That's
you
your
are
tribe.
meant to almost like create your art for.
Exactly.
You know, it's your tribe. Yeah. So uh, that's a difference nowadays, because labels, they will always want it to go mainstream to whoever will create
Yeah, just
the
throw it
most
out there, give it
revenue.
to everybody.
Right. But nowadays we don't need to think about that.
Mm-mm.
We need to more think about go to the people that would really resonate with your music or with your art.
100%.
Yeah. Hey, Rafa, again, thanks so much for coming. It was really great talk. A lot of great insights. I really
Yeah.
hope that you will keep creating.
Thanks, man. I'll
Because-
definitely keep creating.
Yeah, you have a lot of art to share with the world. So,
A lot of ideas. Yeah, man. You don't know how many ideas I have in here. A lot of
yeah, on your phone. Yeah, I know.
different ideas, but I think in time, we'll be able to grow something out of them.
Yeah.
But this was fun. Yeah, this was awesome.
No, great. And people, if you have comments or any other thoughts, just put your thoughts under on YouTube.
Yes, and follow me at Meet
comments.
Rafa on Instagram
Yes, play all the amounts you
or
can.
Facebook. Find the music videos, whatever it is. Check them out. It'll all be linked below, I'm guessing.
Yes, for sure. They will be
Okay.
all down there.
Excellent.
So, yeah, but let's keep it real, man. Right?
Yeah, buddy.
All right.
Thanks,
Oh,
man.
that was a terrible fist bump.
Yeah, bro, you missed. Do you wear glasses?
No, I don't.
Oh,
I should, right?
you should. I'm just kidding.
All right.
No,
it's okay. No, let's just end it there
Don't
that
leave me
way.
hanging.
All right. Okay, there you go. All
right.
right.
Ciao.
Until next time.